This area has been trampled. An entire stampede passed by here. Our soldiers must have fled the zone and taken this path followed by their assailants. This is a sacred place of a native cult. No doubt this is where Katasak and Constantine were going.
It isn't really a place of a cult, but rather a place of anchoring. A place where Donegada perform a ritual to become Sinol Menawi. These places are charged with great energy. Perhaps Katasak wanted to use it to bring relief to your cousin.
Perhaps. There are bodies, and without a doubt there was fighting here. Search the place. Let's see what we are able to find. Crater. Without a doubt caused by an explosive potion. The soldiers might have been carrying them. They must have been desperate to have taken such drastic measures. This blade is a native ritual knife, and this bowl contained a potion. Someone wanted to perform a ritual here. Could Katasak have found a better means to alleviate Constantine's symptoms? The corpses of both men and beasts. These soldiers fought dearly until the end. Neither Constantine nor Katasak are among them. Constantine and Katasak must have been visiting this place. Perhaps performing some sort of healing ritual. When the attack took place, the soldiers intervened, and many fell during the fight. But a group was able to escape down this path. We need to continue following their tracks. More tracks. Footprints. They must have fled this way. Strange. These trees look half calcinated, as if they were exposed to immense heat. These weapons are in terrible condition. Whatever did these men come up against? Another burnt tree. This path seems to have been scorched in
flames. Drink a potion.
Move away! Things are about to get dicey!
More signs of an explosion. I can't believe that our soldiers could be carrying so many explosive potions. New footprints. It looks as if a group met up with them and took this path. There was more fighting over here. There are not only the corpses of our own men, but where could these other soldiers have come from?
These are coin guard. But I couldn't tell you if they served the Bridge Alliance or Taleme.
More signs of explosions. But what were they doing with all these explosives on them? Footprints. Only a handful made it up to here. The path stops on this overhang, and despite signs of a skirmish, I can't see any sign of Constantine or Katasak.
Drink a potion.
broken, as if they had taken cannon fire. What could have happened here? I don't recognize these men. Still more unknown soldiers. Could they have been responsible for the attack? This one is carrying a letter. Let's see. According to this note, this troop came from an outpost of the Bridge Alliance close by. A patrol, no doubt. Could the bridge in some way be linked to this attack? That makes no sense. These vials look familiar. Katasak used the very same to stock his potions. He must have come here. I'm going to pick them up. I recognize this sack. It's my cousin's. Oh, Constantine, what have you gotten yourself into again? Very well. Let's sum things. Constantine and Katasak definitely came through here to perform some sort of ritual. But they were attacked. An attack obviously involving wild animals. And then there are these traces of inexplicable flames. Could it be magic?
You cannot suspect my people are behind this attack. You have strayed far from the path. No one would have attacked Katasak.
Unless he himself was behind it. He is a powerful Donegad. The beasts obey.
How could you even think something like that? He is a healer. He brought comfort to your...
Perhaps he only did it to gain our trust. With Constantine captive, he now has leverage to apply to the colonists and force them to accept his condition. But in all truth, I have no idea what. But regardless of who is guilty, I must find my... We could return to Wenchavier to learn more. Perhaps Katasak returned there. Or maybe his Voglendai could tell us where to find. We are also going to have to visit the outpost. Their soldiers were involved in the combat, or at least the end of it. They must have some stories.
I doubt that the Alliance would have decided to openly attack them. Don't forget that they owe their continued presence on the island to...
And thanks to you, I know. But their men were there, on the cliff. And Constantine is no longer... Maybe those men are still loyal to the preceding commander. However, one way or another, Constantine is in danger. Let us be on our way without further delay.
colonials. You must have got...
Desarde. I am legate of the congregation.
A legate? Pardon my dismay, but we don't get many official sort. Captain Idris. I am the ranking officer in charge of this Bridge Alliance outpost. What can I do for you?
I'm looking for Constantin d'Orsay, the island governor of the
A
congregation.
governor? Here? Whatever would he be doing in this?
My cousin was part of an expedition in this region. His men and his camp were attacked. They nearly all died. But we found no trace of his body, which has us hoping that he may still be alive. Wounded and holding...
Have you cast your... We've had neither reinforcements nor supplies for weeks. In my book, we've been totally... I wouldn't risk the few lives remaining to attack a governor's... I'm not crazy. I'm truly sorry for your cousin, Excellency, but we haven't seen him. And we definitely haven't kidnapped him. The region is dangerous. The natives are heartless. You should be looking in their direction.
You do know that we found the bodies of several men from the garrison up there, don't you?
How could you be sure?
One of them was carrying a note, signed by your hand.
And they are dead. I had hoped they'd have survived and would eventually return.
Explain yourself, Captain. What were your men doing on the clifftop?
They were monitoring the zone. They were to warn us of any troop movements. We have lost too many men to surprise attacks. We decided to take initiative and be ready. Yesterday, we heard screams and saw some strange lights up there. But I was hoping...
And you didn't go and see for yourself? You hear screams, certainly those of your own men, and you don't do anything.
So the last of my men give up their lives for nothing as well? You can think of me as a coward if you like. But me, I'm taking no more unnecessary risks.
Why do I have the feeling that you're holding something back from me? I understand what you're feeling. The feeling of being abandoned. But if you know anything, speak.
I don't know what to tell you, Excellency.
I can see how difficult... I'm certain you haven't been... I cannot solve all of your problems.
A little gold would certainly improve the morale. One of the men I'd posted there returned during the night.
A survivor? Excellent. Did he tell you what happened?
He wasn't able to say a word. He collapsed unconscious 2 steps past the doorway. Our nurse sits with him, but... His wounds are extremely serious. He's just refusing to die.
I'm sorry to hear that, Captain. Perhaps we could do something.
Go and see the nurse. I can't take it anymore. Anything else?
I need to be going.
I would very much...
What are you doing there? This is an
I know. I've come to see the wounded soldier. The captain told me you might need...
That is very kind of him. But alas, it's a little...
What are you saying? Is the soldier...
No, he still lives. But I've been asking the captain for weeks to escort me on a mission to replenish my stocks. I no longer have a single remedy. And now that we have a wounded patient, I can only wipe water on his brow and hope.
Do you know what type of remedy would allow him to...
Yes, at least I think so. It's a known potion that...
I see. Give me the recipe. We'll go and see that it's prepared.
Thank you. Were you able to concoct?
Yes, I was.
Give it to me. I'll... There. We must wait.
Will he make it?
I hope so. We'll know soon enough. This potion is extremely...
And if he survives, when could we speak?
Come back tomorrow at the same time.
Very well.
See you soon.
I've heard stories of your exploit. It's unusual for us to be offered aid by Ren. It seems my Tiern was right. How can I help?
Katasak has disappeared. Would you have any idea as to where he...
What? But my Tiern followed you to help you. How would I know where...
I don't know exactly what happened, but he took my cousin to a particular place. A place to perform a... Their escort was attacked. Decimated by beasts and by magic. And my cousin and Katasak have...
And you believe that the Tiern has taken your cousin and killed his... Your heart must beat in shadow to believe that the man who offered you his hand...
Wait. This is not what my friend wanted you to hear. Perhaps they were wounded. And your master wanted to take Constantine to a safe haven. We must find them at all costs. Wherever they are, they most certainly...
Forgive me, Donegan. Your words are true.
There may be a way. I found these vials of potion on the battlefield. Do they belong to your mother?
They could very well. But let me see them. No, they are not his. This potion does not seem like any of those my master... I do not know this smell. The plants used to make it do not come from here. Another Donegad must be implicated. But none that I know would attack Katasach. Maiden, who would attack the water that heals? The earth that feels? They must be in grave danger.
Yes. I sincerely hope that we will find them. That they are alive and well.
When you have discovered any...
I have to go.
Quite away lives.
Hello, soldier.
Better. A lot better. Are you the one who saved me?
I simply prepared the potion that she told me how to make. Could you tell me what happened during...
I will try. They're not really memories I'm fond to bring back. A lot of my friends died up there. We were posted up on the peak to follow rebel movement. It had been a couple of days when we heard sounds of fighting not far from our position. Men were screaming. In our own language. So we went to see what was happening. Soldiers of the Coin Guard and an islander were trying to protect a young man. He seemed dire ill.
Constantine Katasak and his escort. Who were they fighting against?
Dozens of wild animals. They seemed completely enraged and intent on devouring them. And there were flames.
Flames? Where were they coming from?
I don't know. My friends and other soldiers fell one after the other. I didn't see everything. All was blood and confusion with beasts and fire. But I thought I saw another islander. Big. He's the one who took the sickened man. There was practically no one left on the battlefield. I was wounded and I came to when I heard voices of islanders approaching. I thought to myself, they're coming to finish off the wounded. I got up with difficulty and I dragged myself here.
I'm going to have to go and fight.
You shouldn't do that. They killed all of my friends. You take a great...
That's enough. Rest now.
Yes, it's best I leave now. I'll have a word with your captain.
Excellency, I was told that you saved my... Thank you.
Please. I did nothing more than follow the instructions your nurse gave.
Did you learn what you needed?
Yes. I was able to... He and his company heard sounds of the attack. My cousin's escort were already nearly annihilated by animals that jumped out from all... A strange sorcerer controlled them. It was he.
One of those rebel savages, no doubt. I knew that they must have learned that an important man was in the region and thought he would make... I'm sorry. I would give you some...
Don't apologize. I know where the camp can be found.
Like you freed the scholars. You're a good man. Thank you again.
I need to be going.
I would...
Hello.
Renaigse. There.
To speak to you about my cousin's capture and the massacre of his... A soldier from the nearby outpost survived and told us that you were present on the battlefield. I know that you see us as your enemies, but we are not here to harm you. I only seek to find the man I consider to be my brother, as well as the man who was protecting him. Katisach, one of your greatest Donegada.
No Donea Exregal would attack Katasach.
If you didn't attack him, you must know what happened to them. I was told that an islander took my cousin away. Perhaps your men were there to aid them.
We do not have your cousin, and we do not know what happened to him. As for Katasach, and the worst, Tire, he died from his wounds. That night, we heard the sounds of a terrible combat. The ground shook all the way to our homes. We went to see, but we arrived too late. The last breath of Katasach had returned to the wind when we arrived there, and many of the Renaigse were dead. We could do no more. We carried the body of the Donegad and brought it here.
He gave his life to protect Constantine. May he rest in peace. This request might surprise you, but we would like to see him.
Why? What do you want to do with him, Renaigse?
Examine him to understand what killed him. We were told that an island native was there and that he likely led the...
No Donea Exregal would attack Katasach. You have been lied to, or they were mistaken.
That is the very reason I need to see his body. To understand.
You may see him. But if you desecrate his body, you will pay for the...
Katisach. Seeing the state of his body, I hate myself for having suspected him. Forgive me, Donegad, to have doubted your loyalty and even more for what we are about to do. Now then, let's see what story this corpse has to tell. The corpse retains the marks of a bludgeoning. There are large bruises all over it. I can see no wounds that could be attributed to a blade or a musket shot. The major wound is found on the chest, which was crushed by something tremendous, to the degree that the skin was torn. The ribs are in pieces and the organs punctured. The edges of the wound are singed and smell of burnt flesh. There is a powdery spot on this wound, as if from ash or dusty gravel. Katasach bore the brunt of this attack or incredible force. I would venture to say it was inhuman. I can only imagine one thing that could have inflicted such a wound. It's as if an enormous, burning stone hit him right in the center of the chest. And seeing as how the bodies of the soldiers we found were sporting wounds of a similar nature, we can deduce that we're on the tracks of a man, or a creature, capable of using molten rock as a weapon.
I can't imagine an Adaig behaving like this. It is not their way. That they might attack careless hunters or warriors, true, but to attack Katasach, the power to call volcano fires, could only be that of a guardian. No simple man wields mountain fire.
We still don't really know who is actually behind this attack. Not judging by the severity of these wounds. I fear the worst for...
All your experiments. You've learned so little. You've learned to fear. Your instincts should have been in...
We had to at least try. Are you not even concerned? Or angered by what happened?
We've grown accustomed to the loss of lives. Your relentless attacks and... All the same, there is truth in your words. This attack is out of... Guardian and Donegad would never attack one. There is a ritual that might help us.
The Anatalis Fair. What is it?
It is a magical rite that only a person with a powerful bond to both spirits and nature can. It allows the Donegad who chants it to relive the last moments of an Onol Manau.
That would allow us to at least see the face of his assassin.
If what I have heard is true, yes. To my knowledge, only one Donegad...
Let's ask her for her help, then. She might be able to...
You are quick to ask another to put her mind in danger for your... Imagine the pain of the wounds of another. Shaking your body as the cold of death crushes your beating. This is what you must ask of the Tiernahach. It is the price she must pay for when her companion was lost in battle, fighting against your own. She wanted to live that death since that day. Our Tiernahach Kadaktas has never breathed air with this.
That would explain her distrust of the
You must make her see your purpose. It may be the only way you are going to learn the fate of...
Hello, Mev.
Renoixe, why have you come here again?
I've come to ask you for help.
My help? You still seek the remedy for the sickness on your island?
My cousin has been taken, and I've been told that you could help.
Truly?
By performing the Anatalis Fair on the body of Katasach, the Donate.
Katasach is dead. Under Voshtire. This is a great tragedy. He was a good man. Perhaps the best of us all. How did this happen?
He went with my cousin to a sacred site when they were attacked. My cousin has disappeared, taken, according to a witness. And Katasach suffered terrible wounds. We examined him, and it seemed as if he had been struck by molten rock.
Fire of the earth. Only the Nadaig Manemen have the power to wield it. But none of our own would have attacked Katasach.
This is why we need your help. We want to understand and to find who's responsible.
And you will avenge the dead as you have avenged my wound in the... Very well, Renoixe. I will help you. And I also wish to gain understanding. Our island wails in suffering. Many Sinol Menawi have died. The Anatalis Fair may kill me, but at least I will... You will need to act as my Voglendaig and bring to me the necessary ingredients while...
What do you require?
A potion. And listen and remember. Do not forget, the viscera of the scavengers must be taken from a place near the battlefield. because they contain the flesh of the... As for the personal object of Katasach, find his weapon, because it knew his fury and his despair.
He didn't have a weapon when I found his body. I'll search the battlefield.
Where can I find him?
In Duren's camp. She recovered him after the battle.
Very well. Not far from there is a sacred circle. You'll find me there when you have united all that I need. Then we can perform the ritual when the moon is high.
I'll go and get the ingredients you require, and I'll find you there when the moment has come.
Safe travel.
I recognize this weapon. It's Katasak's, I'm certain. It must have been broken during the battle. Let's take it back to Mev.
Were you able to find the elements I need?
Yes. Here is what you asked me to bring.
This is good. The moon is high. We may start. Katasar, we have come to learn the truth of your death. Ato al confrangawi brandi, ole hanamemen adestame haman. Baravridenan tahanemo quate grenfen, linqui damda renaute da hodos. Lemat, de tahawan kloisam, de talugedon velam, de taragam buledam, de tatamenam reloidan, adot alamen contebedam, en antelam verfragt tangom.
Katasak! Help me! Please!
Show no fear. I do not think he means you any harm.
What is this? This monster? Why is it attacking us?
I don't know. I don't understand. It is as if it seeks you out. It wants you.
You never should have done that, Katasach. To save one, Renaikse, you put us all in great peril. His spirit is different. He receives badly. You have woven the bond of the Deathbringer.
What is happening to you? Get a hold of yourself! Come on!
I cannot believe it. He has returned.
Who has?
Finbar. The High King. We thought he was dead. He disappeared months ago.
Is he the attacker? And what of Constantine? Have you seen a young, blonde-haired man? He was sickly.
Yes. The golden-haired was there. And he was afraid. Katasach protected him before he was killed by Finbar. Leave me now. I am very tired.
How are you feeling?
Better. What are you going to do now?
If I want to have any hope of finding Constantine, I must follow Vinbar. I have no choice.
Do you know where to look for him? Vinbar has been missing for moons.
The kings and queens could tell me when they saw him for the last time.
Then you must earn their trust. Arm yourself with patience and courage on Olmenawi.
Thank you, Mev.
Do not thank me. I have not done this for you. In order to satisfy my curiosity, I betrayed my king. You will find him and confront him, no doubt. All that remains for me to do is to pray that I have done nothing that cannot be fixed.
Farewell, Mev.
No magic! Drink a potion!
Bertie Dumad. I am Ulan, chief of the village of Ignamri. You have a peculiar face, and it looks familiar. I didn't know that people from the continent could bear the mark of the... To what do I owe the pleasure of you?
I am looking for the High King.
I would like to help you, friend.
I was told that you were one of the last to have seen him.
The other kings and queens already complained that I am too close and too near the Renai. I fear that they would consider me a traitor. But if I could count on your support, you are someone that the kings of the Renaig say respect and listen.
As the legate of the congregation, it is true that I...
That is what I thought. I need your help to talk to the leader of the great city of Hikmeh.
About what?
I want to meet him to offer a peace treaty between his clan. Many kings want to chase the Renaigse away from the island, but I know we could learn many things from...
I see. I can indeed talk to the governor.
If you do talk to him, can you also tell him that one of my clansmen has come to trade with him? I sent him some time ago. He fears for his life, because some other clans do not look favorably on exchanges with the Renai. He could be attacked at any moment.
Very well. I will make sure that he...
Lord de Sade.
Enough pleasantries, Excellency. They are a dull canter after such
I beg your pardon.
Have you forgotten that after sending me to save your savants that you then again sought my assistance? According to you, I needed only to convince the Tierna Hak Conductors to provide us with a remedy. But you used me like a pawn, seeking in truth to capture her.
I cannot understand. I was certain that the witch doctor would refuse to help us. They have us marked down as enemies. And I had good reason to believe that you would not resort to physical persuasion.
You are even ready to use brute force against your own...
Whatever do you mean?
After wounding the Tierna, your spy attempted to kill me, and you dare to tell me that my anger is exaggerated. Can I remind you that to assassinate a legate is to declare war against his sovereign?
I never... I promise you that I had no intention for any harm to befall you. That man went beyond his orders, I assure you. I implore you, please accept my sincerest and...
I can only give you the benefit of the doubt for now. In the meantime, you need not keep a candle lit for the return of your spy.
He would have been made to answer for such infamy, I assure you. Once again, I apologize sincerely for this crime. It should never have happened. In any case, we need to get our hands on this woman. The remedy...
There never was a remedy. It was a wild goose chase. Perhaps even some sort of
No. That is terrible. This is a great setback. How could I have been so naive? What a shame. I am truly sorry that you risked your life in vain. Would you like to speak with me about any other subject?
I've taken care of your problem with the caravans. The merchant should now be able to reach Hikmet.
Captain Rainhild has sent a message to that effect. You have done a great service for me. Though there is something that bothers. I was told that you met these savages and then They showed no mercy at all with your own mercy.
The congregation is not in conflict with these natives, and has no wish to begin one.
Ah, your famous neutrality. Well then, you have solved the problem, and I would be discourteous to deny.
My pleasure. I imagine the captain must have informed you of all that we...
Indeed, and I am extremely worried. An attack of any we have the means to repel these savages. But it will not be without great loss.
Perhaps there is another way. The natives have clearly expressed their wishes. The freedom of their brothers and sisters.
I see where this is headed, but I fear that they were not honest with you. A few natives are being held in the prison of the coin, but a handful of warriors does not seem to justify an assault of...
They were not speaking of just a few soldiers, but of The victims are only villagers.
This is inexplicable. We have taken no village. Of course, we answer their attacks in kind. And at times we have taken prisoners on the battlefield. But what use would we have for a few fishermen, hunters, and weavers?
Might it be possible that these kidnappings have taken place without your consent?
I doubt that. But of course, it is always possible that a few bandits might have stolen a shipment of arms. If that were the case, that would explain a great deal. Since you have been of such service to my people, and this grievous affair seems of great concern, would you be of a mind to lead the... Capture a few of these savages? Make it your mission to make them talk. We must understand what is going on before they attack.
Very well. I shall get to the bottom.
Would you like to speak with me about any other subject?
I met Ulan, the Bone Blowers clan chief, from the village of... He is an open-minded man who holds great expectations of exchanges with the colony. He would like to meet you to discuss a treaty, even an alliance.
Ulan, you say? I have never heard mention of this, but to finally have an ally among the natives could only be beneficial. Still, I fear that I cannot leave the city. That would be taking too much of a risk.
I doubt that Ulan will come to Hikmet. He is looking for an alliance, but he is not desperate. Such a gesture would be considered a sign of weakness by his clan.
That is understandable. Do they grasp the concept of emissaries? Do you think that solution might...
I think that might be possible. I'm sure he would understand that you could not come to see him in person for the same reason.
Excellent. Finally, some clear skies in our negotiations with the natives. My right-hand man will then go to this village to finalize an agreement with King Ulan.
I'll be there too, to make sure everything goes according. There is another matter concerning the same village that I would like to bring to your attention. A wandering merchant, a member of Ulan's clan, is being kept in your outpost. Can you authorize his entry into the city?
I see no harm in that. This merchant is certainly not a threat, and he might even prove useful if the negotiations with his clan should take a foul. Here, please be so kind as to give him this letter of passage. If he presents it to the guards, they will let him in, and he'll be able to establish his stall in...
I thank you. I have to go. Look forward to seeing you again.
Farewell, my lord.